Hello, how are you? Welcome to the live. How's it going? You come on in. How's everything going for you? Hello, Vamita, how are you? Welcome to the live. How's it going? I'm going to let a few more people come in. Glad you all joined. Welcome. If you're just coming in, please smash the like button for the host. I appreciate you. Just eating a banana. Okay. Mashed it like butter. Okay. Bonnie, hello, how are you? Yeah, my garden, I had to give it a good soaking last night, and the mosquitoes was just tearing me up. We've been really getting our heat now here in Michigan, so it's kind of it's a task keeping up with keeping that garden healthy out there. I'm doing pretty good. Just came on to get away from the heat outside. That's why I'm not in the garden recording, because it's really muggy out there. We did get a rain for about 10 minutes. It came down really good, but it seemed like it really made it even worse, because now it's real steamy. Louisiana Garden Guru, how are you? How have you been? How you dealing with the heat? Black, how are you? So how is everybody dealing with this heat that we're having? I know in Michigan, I'm north, so if you south, I know you really getting it. Diva Jones, how are you? Diva, I love your banner. It looks really good. I like to take the time out to welcome all my new subscribers to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. Um, I will be bringing content throughout the whole growing season. Right now I'm doing lives, but I'm going to do videos as well as the garden progresses. But I appreciate you all coming aboard and joining the Backyard Gardening family here. So I want to put that out there. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Black Sheep, I'm in Michigan. Haven't really felt the heat yet. I've been in Children's Hospital with my daughter. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I hope she's getting better. Um, with me, I hid inside, got up with the sun on my day off, worked in a sunny area first, and then moved around the shade tree. Look, I called myself today going to get ahead of the game. I got up early, 7:30. By 8:15, I was out in the garden. When I opened the door, the heat was like, oof, right in my face. I ain't know what to do. I just shook my head. I'm like, okay. So I'm thankful that the rain did come. Um, the weather changing up like this has really been messing with my allergies a lot. It's keeping my eyes watery and it's keeping me with a tickle in my throat. So between me and my son and our allergies, it's really getting to us. But we're dealing with it. We're not complaining. We're not complaining at all because I know some of you guys are south are really dealing with a whole lot of heat. Melanie Williams, welcome to the live. How are you? Black Sheep, you're in Michigan. I haven't seen you in a live before, but I'm sure that you can contest to how funny our weather has been. And it has truly been funny. Like maybe 2 weeks ago, we wasn't even getting in the 80s. Now we're getting in the 80s, the mid 80s to high 80s, and it feels like 90s. So, and then at nighttime, it really doesn't cool off. It's still a little muggy. But again, we're not complaining. I'm not complaining because I know how intense it can get. And we've been waiting for the warm weather to finally get here. Guys, I want you all to hang out and speak to one another. You know, get to know each other. We're positive in this chat. We keep it positive. And we want everybody to feel welcome. I'm just checking out a few things as we come together. Could I reiterate about the watch hours? YouTube, to be monetized, wants you to get 4,000 watch hours. To go live, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. You can, let me correct that. To go live on your mobile, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. You can still go live on your computer, your laptop, or I can't think of what those things that you connect to your laptop. So it's a lot to it. You will be once you are monetized, you have to have, it doesn't stop there. It continues because they want you to keep a certain flow going, and if you don't, I'm hearing that you will get demonetized. So it's dedication at best. You have to be dedicated to it. It has to be something that you enjoy doing. I enjoy putting up gardening videos. You will fill out a W-9. Lead Farmer, welcome to the live. How are you? So it's, do your research for sure. I'm at work driving. I'm here to support, sis. I love what you're doing. We're sharing information. Hello, everyone. I'm driving and listening. Thank you so much, Led. I appreciate that. And welcome. Poor Homes Farm, welcome to the live. How are you? I didn't even see you come in. Everybody, Diva Jones put her banner up, and it looks amazing. So I'm glad that you got that up, Diva. We talked about enhancing our channel and making it look better. So Diva did her little homework, and she got her banner up. And if I'm not mistaken, Diva, did you do it? I think you did an intro as well. Guys, my allergies has been bothering me so much. I have a call coming in. I'm gonna have to decline it. It was an important one too. My allergies have been bothering me so much with our weather and going up and down between me and my son. And I don't like really taking allergy meds for it. I just try to deal with it, but it gets really intense for my son where he has to take his medicine that the doctor has prescribed. Zoe, welcome to the live. How are you? Your emerald okra bloomed overnight. It's those okra the okra flowers are so beautiful. I'm growing the crimson spineless okra. So I'm glad they bloom for you. That definitely gets a happy dance. Diva says she just came in from the garden filming, and it's hot. I can believe it, because it's hot here. Not only is it hot here, it's muggy here. So that statement that I made about dry heat and muggy heat, yeah, I'm sure it is worse. So guys, to network and talk to each other and get to know each other, grow your channel. When I network, when I go to other people's channel, I learn a lot. I learn especially about the different plants and stuff that's out there and trees. Like prior to this year, I never heard of the jujube, which is a Chinese date. I have a jujube tree now, a honey jar jujube, and it's different varieties of jujube. And I don't remember who video I was watching that was growing the jujube, but I'm looking forward to my tree progressing and growing because I really want to try those. Also, I never heard of a sea berry. Garden City Food Forest had mentioned sea berry bush in her video. So I researched the sea berry, which grows great in my zone. It goes all the way down to zone 4, so it's very hardy. I researched it, and they say it has a tart taste. Now with jujubes, they have a very sweet taste, and it has the texture of an apple in the beginning, but if you leave it on the tree, it actually starts to shrivel up like a date, like it's dehydrating right there on the tree. So I'm really interested in that. I want to grow different things that I don't see in the grocery store, and a lot of them is high in antioxidants, vitamins. So these are the things that I want to incorporate in my garden as well, along with the peaches, the plums, the cherries. I want to incorporate things that I don't see in the grocery store. Unless you go to Asian market, you'll probably see them in there, because they have a lot of different fruit in their markets, because with their culture, that's the type of fruits that they eat a lot of. So I'm doing a lot of research on the different fruits and what can withstand my zone. Now I have and also I'm starting to be more particular on the disease resistance of my fruit trees. I have a Sun Glow nectarine, and it started blooming, so I knew it was alive. It came out of dormancy, and then it just started to, the leaves just started to brown and shrivel up like it had some type of disease, which that's exactly what it had. Even my bark was looking kind of bad. So I don't know if, you know, I know you're supposed to spray some of your trees, and I hear a lot of people talking about, you got to spray your trees with the different types of sprays, but when you're trying to grow organically, you kind of don't want to spray your trees. But sometimes you can't. The only way that you can avoid it is by getting trees that are disease resistant. And Sun Glow is definitely not a nectarine tree that's disease resistant. So I bought that tree maybe 2 years ago. So now as I'm growing as a gardener and I'm getting off into my stone fruits and my different types of fruit trees, I'm learning that you have to do your research. And one, of course, we have to make sure that it's hardy for our zone. And two, we have to make sure that it's disease resistance, because you don't want to buy a tree and then it has all these problems that you have to continue to baby or you have to spray every year if you're trying to grow organically. So those are some of the things that you have to keep in mind as well. And I'm learning it as I go. I should have thought about it beforehand, but I'm sure everybody, the majority of gardeners that are starting to grow fruit trees have made those mistakes, and I think that's a common mistake. So if you're thinking about starting your little food forest in your backyard or orchard, you might want to think about the type of trees that you purchase and you do your research. That's one thing that I like about Stark Brothers Nursery. They will tell you the hardy zone. They'll tell you everything about the tree, if it need a pollinator or not. I try to get self-pollinating trees, and I think that I was so adamant about getting self-pollinated trees that I didn't check to see if the tree was disease resistant. So I didn't have to get two trees to pollinate the other tree. And with the Sun Glow nectarine, it doesn't need a pollinator. It's self-pollinating. But it has a lot of problems as well. So now I'm trying to research if there is life after, your treating got attacked. Dave, the Hillside Gardener, welcome. How are you? Dave said that okra needs heat, hot, and humid with lots of water, or else you won't get a very good product that they won't produce. That's absolutely true, because the year before last, I grew okra, and I think it was Diva Jones. I was like, the okra just won't grow. I don't understand why. And she was like, it's just not hot enough. It's not hot. It's not going to produce. It's not hot enough. So that is one plant that does need a lot of heat. That okra and peppers as well, your pepper plants, to produce good for you. Diva Jones said, Organic Sustainability Channel mentioned you, and I don't know if you saw it or not. I did see it, and I thank everyone who's over here from his channel. I appreciate you guys coming. We go way back, like he said in the video. When I first started gardening a few years ago, we were talking about the sugar baby watermelons and strawberries. So yeah, if you go back to my video 6 years ago, you know, you'll see some of the conversations. Terry Smith, welcome to the live. So that's my brother. I love him. He's a good guy. Welcome to the live. How are you? Guys, we have 11 people and 8 thumbs up. If you didn't smash the like button, I would appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. I'm trying to keep up with the chat as well as comment as well. Four House Farm, Northeast Florida. It's 100 degrees every day. I may have too much nitrogen. A lot of leaves, no flowers, some with the tomatoes. Four Horns Farm. I don't know why I thought you were somewhere else. I didn't know you were in Florida. Supreme Family Garden is in Florida as well. 100 degrees every day. That's why I'm not even complaining about our little 89 and 87 degree weather that we having. Because 100 degrees is pretty intense. Very intense. I don't think I could deal with it. Unless I absolutely just had to, but I know I will be up in the house somewhere. I don't know, Dave, Hillside Gardener. The first year I growed my okra that did really, really well was the Crimson Spineless, and I don't remember. I have to go back and see. I know I kept feeding it like I feed all my plants with the Fishy Motion, and it did pretty good. The only thing that I really have to like really go out and as far as what I'm growing and give it that nitrogen boost with a granular feed is my sugar baby watermelons. That takes those are heavy feeders. So if any guys are growing watermelons, you really have to fertilize those things to keep them going. Diva Jones, you're 1,000 now. When you say 1,000, you're talking about your watch hours? That's why I'm live, because it's I mean, the other night it got kind of cool, so I did go out there. I did a lot of weeding in the beds. I watered everything really good, and then the day, like I said, we got like 10 minutes of rain. I know that's not gonna be enough for the garden, but be enough till it cool down for me to go back out there. Actually, we're supposed to get rain every day this week for the next 4 days, so hopefully that'll happen, and it'll be more than 10 minutes, because my garden can really use the rain. I gotta do a video on my grapevine Morning Gardener. I was in his live and I asked him about his grapevine um, about a month ago because it was really producing well. And he said that sometimes you have to take a PVC pipe and dig a hole, put the pipe down in the ground like a 2 inch or a 1.5 inch PVC pipe, and get you a compost tea or liquid fertilizer and feed it directly to the roots. He told me to try it. I tried it, and I also hooked up an irrigation system where I could water it in every other day or when needed. For about 5 minutes will be plenty of water, and the grapevine is producing beautifully. It's really growing good because I've had that grapevine for about one of them I know I've had for 3 years, and it's just not growing. And I knew it was because it wasn't getting enough water back there, and I used to give it 10-10-10 granular. If it's not getting the water, it's not soaking down into the root. So once I took his advice and tried that, it's taken off growing. Now I have to go out there and get my main stem because I have too many other ones coming off on one of them. I have 3 different varieties going in that one long vine. So I'm looking forward to that grow. I was just trying to get my growth. I'm nowhere near where I should be. I looked at Organics Best, and I know he had just put that grapevine in this season or last, and it's taken off. So it makes a difference in your soil. I also noticed with him that he built a bed for it as well. So it makes a difference in your soil, and irrigation makes a big difference as well. So we gotta water and feed. If we're not eating and we're not drinking, we're not growing. And it's the same thing with our plants. Dave said if you guys have any questions or he can make a Q&A video. He just did an update on using ladybugs to control aphids in his garden. Or was it his greenhouse? Dave, I'm looking at your channel now. Yeah, so, I mean, I learned from a lot of gardeners. Especially with growing these fruit trees. Organics Best, Morning Gardener, Lead Farmer. They really been helpful for me watching their videos because none of my trees are suffering except for one, which is the cherry tree that I bought from Lowe's at the beginning of the season. I said I would never buy a nursery tree. I've always been warned never buy big box store trees, and I saw the Rainier, and I was like, I gotta get it. That thing died within 3 weeks. I knew when I took it out the pot that it was root bound, so I tried to, detangle the roots and make sure it was getting enough water and all of that. It still died, so I'm gonna dig it up, find my receipt, and I'm taking it back to Lowe's to get I think it was $39 back. So I'll just stick with the nurseries that I know of. I think it's Dave Wilson's nursery I get trees from. I get trees from Stark Brothers, and I've gotten trees from one other nursery that I can't even remember, where I got my jujube Grow Organic. So, yeah. And comfrey, I don't know how many guys are growing comfrey, but comfrey is really good for your fruit trees as well. And I also want to try to do that comfrey sap, because I do suffer from slight arthritis in my knees and in my legs, mainly in the wintertime. When you living in a cold climate and that cold sets up in your bones, ooh, it can be rough. And the fact that I'm getting up there in age, I just had to, like, acknowledge that the other day because I was like, my body is hurting. I don't understand what's going on. And somebody was like, well, you know, you're not 21. We all hurting. So living in the where it's a lot of snow in the wintertime and it's cold, you will get aches and pains. I mean, you gonna get them out in the south too, but you guaranteed to get them here. So you gotta dress warm and cover your head, cover your legs, not wear them little short jackets. You gotta cover your hips up or your bones will be hurting in your hips and things will get to cracking that you don't even know where it came from. All right, let me get back into the chat. I hope you guys are communicating with each other. That's the whole point. Getting to know each other. Four Horns Farm said, I tried getting trees from Tractor Supply. Some survived, some didn't. I went to Tractor Supply at the beginning of the season. I saw their trees. They were little sticks. They were still in a little bag, and some of them was in pots. It didn't grab me. What did grab me out of Tractor Supply was their strawberry plants, their rhubarb plants, you know, the little box plants that be in the bag. And then when you buy those, you have to get that early, because the longer, they're not watering that stuff like that. So you got to grab them up. The blueberry plants that be in the little boxes that be like $6.99 or $9.99. You got to grab that stuff up early. Four Horns Farm said, my kids have never seen snow. That's what I miss. Wow. It's a lot here. Actually, I have a video up of a snowstorm. One second. All right, sorry about that. I got a video up of a snowstorm right there out in my garden, where one day it was sunny, and I'm thinking spring is on the way. The next day we had a big snowstorm, so there's plenty of it here. Diva Jones is talking about a Mexican sunflower. A lot like comfrey if you can chop and drop. It has very similar nutrients and chicken manure to nutrients to chicken manure. Okay. I know that comfrey is good. And I chop it and I drop it around my peach tree quite often. And I can see the difference. And also, I'm starting to take my food scraps and dig them down. And I think I got this from Organics Best. Dig them down in Supreme Family Garden. He takes his food scraps where you get from the local markets and stuff that they're throwing out, and he'll dig them around his trees, dig them down in the trees, because I want a compost bin, but I don't want a compost bin. The reason why I don't want a compost bin in my yard is because the rodents that it attract. But I would love to compost, start composting. So until I can get this lot behind me and extend my garden where it's not so close to my house, that's what I'll be doing. And it'll still attract rodents, so I try to dig it real down around the roots. And it's not a that I'm using. City Stead, welcome to the live. How are you? Yep, that comfrey is something good. Really, it's really good, because those tap roots of the comfrey go so far down that it's getting all the nutrients. I mean, it really goes down far into the soil. Hillside garden. I transferred it to the biggest spot with some blood meal and bone meal. I take that what did it, the fertilizer more 511 and water a lot more than 90. Okay, Georgia. Okay. City Stat, I watched your video out at your parents' property. That is a beautiful land. Beautiful land. Yeah, the tap roots can go 10 feet. I heard even further than that. But they're pretty good. Do Joe Allotment, welcome to the live. How are you? Guys, if you're just coming in, please smash the like button. We got 13 people in the building and 9 thumbs up. Somebody didn't smash the like. I would appreciate it if you did so. JDS, hello. Welcome to the live. How are you? How is your day going, JDS? And Do Joe, how's your day going? That's real nice. Hopefully I can get a permaculture food for us going over there soon. It's a lot of work, but it'll definitely be well worth it. City Stead. That's gonna be a nice property, retirement property for them. I'm sure they're gonna enjoy that to the fullest. I know I would. I have property in Roscommon, Michigan, up north that I purchased years ago. It's about 3-4 acres, and I go up there every summer. I haven't been up there yet, but I plan to go up there. And I think the next time I go, I'm gonna take you guys along with me, or do a video. So if you guys got lots, get them. Property, get them. Because here, I told you how our state is so funny. Where lots were $100, now they want $900, $1,000, $1,500, and it's crazy. And people are gonna buy them. People are gonna buy them. I just feel like they're being greedy though, because that's not what you were selling them for in the beginning. Now you want to, just capitalize on everything. It's crazy. I have issues with my city, big issues, some that I have to deal with real soon. JDS says getting property in California is near impossible. You got to be rich as heck. Yeah, I can believe that. I mean, people want to capitalize on everything. If they see a moment where they can just get more than what it's worth, they're gonna take it, and it's I just feel like it's greed, because we were told that if they tore down the house next to us, we had first bid of the house, and that we could purchase the lot for $100. Okay. So I call the city and I say, well, I want to purchase this lot. Now, for years, it's been a lot, and for years I've been cutting the grass because it's next door to one of my properties. She said, well, do you live there? I said, no, but I own the house next to it. Oh, well, fill out the application and we'll get back to you within 48 hours. So they never called. I called them. I was like, hey, still waiting on a response. Oh, when did you call? So it's like a bunch of games. You gotta, when you call and do business with anybody, you gotta get their name, know who you talk to, because when you hang up that phone, they on to the next one. And right now, Michigan is making a great comeback, and a lot of people are investing in the city. It's just crazy. It's really crazy. So everything is getting skyrocket high. And it's almost as like I'm led to believe that they're saving it for other people or Pacific people. But they definitely ain't trying to let me get it. But I'm gonna keep fighting it. Nectarines look like a dead stick, but it bubbled out a couple of months later. Four Horns Farm. Are you trying to say the nectarines? Oh, okay. Looked like a dead stick, but it budded out. It budded out a couple of months later. Yeah. Sometimes your trees will do that. I'm still with my cherry tree though. It was already budded out when I bought it, but as soon as I put it in the ground, I guess it went into shock, and everything just started drying up and dying. And I kept it watered. I added some amendments to the soil and everything. That tree did not make it, and it will be going back to Lowe's. And I will never buy another tree from a big box store again. I ain't gonna say I never. I might try it one more time. As long as I can take it back, I'll try. And they have a year. Lowe's and Home Depot have a year warranty on their plants and trees. So just keep your receipt. Keep fighting in this backyard garden. I'm going to keep fighting it, Zoe, for the simple fact, when you tell me that I can't have something, but the next person can, and I know that I should be entitled to it as well, I have even more rights to it because of the rules and stipulations that you put on it, that makes the fight even worth more fighting for. Even if I don't even want it, I'm going to still fight for it because you told me I couldn't have it, and I know I'm entitled to it because the rules that you put down to get it. So I'm eligible. So I'm going to keep fighting them. And I've been in my mayor's office more than one time lately, quite often. I think when he see me coming, he be like, "Here this lady come." But you gotta fight for it. You gotta fight hard. Nothing is easy, and you gotta grind for what you want. 1 second, please. All right. I kept getting a text message. I'm sorry about that, guys. JDS, I think they make it harder because they have a specific group that they want to get it. They want certain investors to get it. Okay, I'm an investor. I'm an investor in my own city. I have a lot of properties and I own quite a few lots. But you have now that the city is coming back. Now, I started investing when the city was on a downslope, when the housing market crashed. Um, they were scrapping the houses, tearing them up because they were losing them. I was rehabbing the houses, fixing them back up. Now we have investors from other states, other countries that's coming over or sending people here to just buy up land. I mean, that has deep pockets. And I feel like if I'm in the city, you should give me first bid at anything. So, I mean, we have auctions every year, October and September, Wayne County auctions. And now they have this other auction called Land Bank Auctioning, which is the city of Detroit. I don't participate in that because that's a bunch of crap. The city auction. The Wayne County auction, I do participate every year. And now they're trying to, it's just crazy. It's a whole lot. It's a headache, but they want to discourage you from buying. And that's why I keep pushing it. I just have to take a day, take a break, regroup, and then go right back, march right down to the city again. But I will not give up. Melanie Williams say they're doing that in Philly also. Yeah. I mean, when the housing market crashed years ago, it was like they was begging us to take it. They were giving it to you pretty much. You could get a house. You could get a house here. Let me give you an example. You could get a house here about 12 years ago, 10 years ago for $500. And you know what people was doing in the city? Instead of getting that $500 house, they were buying a $30,000 car. So you driving around in a $30,000, $40,000 car, renting. I ain't got nothing against renters because that's how I make my money. Renting. That don't make sense to me. It was really disappointing to see. So they started this little slogan that said bumper stickers that said I'm leaving Detroit in prayer because the city was going down so bad. I hung in there. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And I love my city. I hung in there, and now the city is on the uprise. We got all the stadiums downtown. We have casinos downtown. It's becoming quite the tourist place. Getting the crime under control. Everything is good. Hold on one second. Everything is good. Joseph, go to the door for Mr. Meadows. I'm sorry, guys. Everything is good. It's just that tell him I'm just open the door for him. Just let him know I'm busy. He's gonna give you something. Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. So everything was good It's just that now everything is coming up. Everything is looking good. People are investing from all over the country here. Um, we have millionaires that lived in the state that's investing, and people wanting to the shops are coming here. Amazon have came here. I didn't want to push us little people out. No, your pockets ain't deep enough. So let me get Dan Gilbert, which is a millionaire, to just buy up your whole block. Let me try to take your whole block away from you. It's crazy. That's why you gotta stay up on your game. You gotta pay your taxes. Be about your money. I'd rather have taken a $500 house than a $30,000 car. I could ride anytime. But you gotta have a roof over your head. You gotta have shelter. And it was really sad to see. A lot of people was not buying these houses up. Guess how much those $500 houses now? The houses ain't changed. They still, they're still raggedy. They still been scrapped by scrappers. But guess how much they are? They went from $500 to $10,000 for a house that you at least got to put $15,000 in. That's what's happening today. So the neighborhood is coming up. They it's looking beautiful, but it's cost. Diva Jones said you could have brought tons. Exactly, Diva. You could have brought tons of houses and property. You could have retired. But they didn't want to do that because they rather had a car, or they rather go to the suburbs and pay 3 times the amount of rent, thinking that it's safer out there than it was in the city. It was not safer out there. They just don't talk about it out there like we talk about it here. And you got to be careful what you listen to on the news too. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't bad. It was bad, but it was bad everywhere. So a lot of times when you feel like you escaping something, you don't know what you're walking into. And one of our very suburbs that everybody was running to, those little privileged kids out there, their mama tell them, no, you can't have an iPhone. Guess what they doing? They going through the windows of other neighbors, stealing, because they going to get that iPhone and whatever else they try to get. So you have to, you got to kind of like wake up. Start investing. If it's a lot, get it. If it's land, get it. If you got a property with you're sitting on 4 acres outside of your house, don't think about, I don't know who's going to cut this grass. Get a riding lawnmower. Worry about that later, especially if you in your 30s. Worry about that later. I started at 23 investing in houses. 23 years old. I bought my first property, which is the house I live in now, at 22. So you gotta make those investments in your life. You gotta make those investments for the long term. I used to work in a factory. I did 10 years. Those 10 years is the reason why my knees is hurting now, standing on that concrete. And I know that this factory was making money because we worked for the big 3, which was GM, Ford, and Chrysler. We did parts for them. So I know they were making great money. And they was killing me. They were trying to kill everybody. A job that took 5 people, now they want 3 people to do. The job that took 3 people, now 1 person should be able to do that. They don't care about you. So I started my own business, and that's what you guys got to look into. Start trying to get investing in your own business. Invest in your own garden. If you go out there and you paying hand over fist for these Asian pears because they're delicious and I love them, and they're wrapped in a nice little foam, and they're costing you $1.98 a pound, so you only getting like two for $1.98. That's $1 a piece. You might as well try to grow it. Why not? Then you don't have to worry about what's in it. Oh, did they spray something on it? What kind of fertilizer they use? You know what type of fertilizer they use because you're the one that's using it. The same thing with cherries. 2 years ago, cherries was $3.99 a pound, almost $4.99 a pound. I told myself then, if I can grow a cherry tree in Michigan, I'm going to do it. I have 3. Well, one is dead, the Rainier. But I still have 2 that's thriving. Because I don't want to keep, if it was 4 years ago, $3.99, $4.99 a pound, can you imagine what it is today? We have some sales. We got different markets, but if you go to the bigger markets that have the quality, the best picked fruits, the really look nice type fruit, you're going to pay. And you're not paying for the fruit. You're paying for how nice the store looks. You're paying for the fact that they have a chandelier in the middle of a market, a fruit market. That's pretty much what you're paying for. And they have a deli as well, so I don't need all that. Let me go back into the chat. Yeah. Four Horn Spine said, that's my situation now, land and slowly building up the things I need to take care of. That's what I'm trying to do as well, Four Horn Farm. But it's so funny because now that they're fixing the city up, taxes is going up. They took the taxes down because it was too many people that was abandoning the city. So they took the taxes down. Now they take the taxes back up because everybody want to be in the city now. Oh, we close to downtown. You know, it ain't even about the city. It's about the water. The city of Detroit has the water. And that's what they want. We supply all the suburban cities with their water. So they want to be in the city where the water is. So you got to really kind of pay attention to that because it's when people talk to you about investing in your own garden and starting a food forest, listen. Plant Abundance, another guy that I follow. This guy has a food forest. I don't even think he goes to the grocery store at a certain time of year. I know at harvest time he's not. He has every tree imaginable. So that's what, we want to get into. Everything is getting really expensive now. Everything. So we got to make those investments for ourselves. Let me go back into the chat. Original Turtle, hello, how are you? Welcome to the live. Guys, if you just got Butterflies Home and Garden, how are you? It's good to see you. If you're just coming in, please smash the like button. Butterflies Home and Garden, guys, is another amazing channel. She's in Ohio. And her husband have a beautiful garden. So if you don't know her, check her out. Get to know her. Watch a video. Make a comment. Smash the like button. And subscribe. So Zoe said $10,000 is still cheap. That's an acre of land in South Georgia. Yeah, it's still cheap, but for to go from 500 to 10,000, a lot of our average folks can't just get $10,000 up and it ain't nothing but land. But this is the thing. The window of opportunity was there for us. And a lot of us didn't go through it. We rather we went out and bought Chargers. And we went out and bought Mustangs and Hellcats. And we didn't invest, and now guess what? The Chargers are either in the shop or tore up. The Hellcats are in the shop or tore up. And you still renting. You still don't have a place to stay. And now rent is even higher in the States. Rent is crazy now. Butterfly Home and Garden, I'm doing great. Trying to keep up with the garden, doing our little slight heat wave. But everything is doing good. Everything is doing real well. The squirrels have been horrible. Last year I grew corn, and they ate every corn off the cob and left the cob on the stalk. I took a picture of it. It was crazy how they was attacking within the morning. They took 16 stalks of corn, and it was at least 3 ears on each stalk out there. Within the morning, they decimated my whole garden, my whole corn patch. So I stopped growing corn because, one, it's pretty inexpensive here. But I wanted to grow it to have that up under my belt of growing corn. And I did pretty successful. I was pretty successful with growing the corn. So it's not worth me growing anymore. And then with corn, you can only grow one variety because you don't want them to cross-pollinate. So unless you got it in a whole nother area. My yard is not that big. But I was really looking forward. Essie, welcome to the live. How are you? We have some amazing channels here. Please continue to network. Essie is one of them. Butterflies Home and Garden is another. Network, guys. That's the only way you're going to grow. You got to get to know each other. You got to get in the comments. Say hello as they come in. Four Horns Farm is another one. Essie, how are you dealing with the weather? We got 13 people in the building. 18 thumbs up. You just coming in, please thumbs up the live. I want to try to get to 25 thumbs up if I can. So if you haven't smashed the like button, please do so. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Doing a great job, BG. Oh my God, super hot. I'm sure it's super hot because it got a little hot here. Not hot like you are, but it's pretty hot. It's 89, feeling like 99. It's the feel likes that's killing us here. We're maintaining. We're making it. You see, I'm in the house. Door closed under the air conditioner. I'm just peeking out the window. It rained for 10 minutes today, so the garden got water. The other cool night, I went out and I weeded all my beds really well because I knew that I might not get another cool night like that again, and the mosquitoes wasn't bothering me. So I stayed out there as long as I could till I couldn't even see no more. And I got yard lights everywhere. I was still working through them. High 90s. Well, that's pretty much better than Four Horns Farm say they're in the hundreds. They're in a triple digits. So You still doing good, but hot is hot. I don't care where you at. If I'm at the moment, I'm just burning up. And I don't like heat. And I want so bad to, I wish that we were a couple of zones higher, because we're 6B. If we was 8B, I would love it because I could grow different things. But I don't want the heat to come with it. Small piece of land in my town is so expensive. I watched YouTube video where the owner had offered first dibs of the neighborhood lot she owned. That was a rental, I believe, in Chicago. But Mita, they doing that here too. I just read your I'm going back and forth into the chat. I'm telling you, our city. But you know what's funny, and I know you guys, if anybody, you probably heard about the scandal in Michigan with in Detroit with our mayor Kwame Kilpatrick. They gave that brother 26 years, and what he was doing was nothing compared to what others have been doing all for centuries in the city. They made an example out of him, but he told us, he said, don't leave. If you leave, it's going to be hard to get back in, because he knew developments was coming. And once you start seeing the city start painting buildings and fixing them up and cleaning, you know something is coming, because it's just like, you know, at your house when you about to have company, you gonna clean up. You gonna excuse up. You gonna cut the grass. You edging it. You dusting. You're setting out the good china. You're putting the good towels in the bathroom. Somebody important is coming. Last week, they was planting flowers out at Palmer Park, doing some of everything, and I was like, oh, okay, well, somebody came. I went through there yesterday. They had this beautiful Detroit sign up at Palmer Park with a golf ball, giant golf ball as the O for Detroit. Beautiful. They was packing that thing up about 2 days ago. I thought they was gonna leave it out there because it was gorgeous. Funny bunnies and fake. I said if anybody left something and came back to get it, they probably would have been like, well, what happened? They wouldn't even know where they at. So they're doing a lot here. I mean, I never left, but they're funny bunnies. We got 17 people in the chat. I appreciate each and every one of you for being in the chat and hanging out with me. We just talking real life stuff. Think about investing. Think about owning something other than a vehicle, if you can. I've been investing since I was 20, and I'm 52 right now. So I've accumulated a lot, and God has been good. But I'm telling you, what I have, they will try to take it away if you don't keep up on your taxes, your property taxes. They got so many little loopholes you could fall through so easily. It's crazy. They had to protest the city because too many people was losing their homes. And they were supposedly have been on payment plans. Then we finding out city officials are starting to in the auction, and that wasn't supposed to be right, because that's like, you know, a conflict of interest. Just like if you work at a store and you run a lottery machine, you can't play the lottery there. Your family can't come in that store and play the lottery because it's a conflict of interest. It's the same thing here in the city with how you gonna run an auction, but your family in the auction. So he's under investigation. It's a lot of stuff that's going on that you have to pay attention to that's going on in the world. I listen to a lot of talk radio and different things that's going on and different things that's happening with our country, with our state, with our city. You gotta know what's going on to be prepared. Cause the worst thing is not to know. Cause we're perished for the lack of knowledge. To not know what's happening and then it happened, be devastated. Always again, turtle. I'm always keep being me. I have to. So I mean, because that's all I know how to be. We have to, Essie, prepare, and that's what I keep telling my son. And I think our young people have it the worst. they don't. They feel like, oh, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, or what's that old saying they used to say? It is what it is. Okay. I tell my son all the time, come on, baby, you gotta. I'm gonna need you to step your just a little bit. Start thinking. Look around you. If they want to give you double time, take it. What you gonna do? You not doing nothing else until you start running and creating your own building, your own business. Thank you so much, everybody. Give me a I'm trying to get to. Let me see if I can get to 25 thumbs up today. I wanna. That's my personal goal. I'm sorry, I'm seeing people I never seen before. So yeah, with the heat, Sharon, welcome to the live. How are you? It's a new face. Everyone just got back from the dentist, deep cleaning. Wish I could have done it myself. What a ripoff. Yeah, though. Medical, period, is a ripoff. Prescription drugs, period, is a ripoff. So Sharon, I understand your pain. I mean, you can't afford to live, you can't afford to die. It's expensive. Even like with I mean, everybody job is what it is. But even when you have to bury your loved ones, they put they know you already feeling guilty. You feeling so much um, burden. They know you're burdened down, and they try to capitalize on your emotional state. So they'll try to say, "Oh, your loved one would have wanted this and would have wanted that," and before you know it, you $20,000, $30,000 trying to bury your loved one. It's crazy. That's a racket too. I know it was a young man who said that he was a carver. He carved stones. He carved woods, and he told the funeral home, he wanted to make his dad tombstone himself. They gave that man so many blues about that. Oh, no, 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 you have to buy one for us. He was like, this, I do this. I want to personally make his form. Everything is becoming a racket. You got to be careful. Go back into the chat. Banana peppers. You will pick banana peppers from the first one to pop up almost to your first frost. And I have so many. I grow banana peppers, sweet banana peppers every year. I don't only grow one, but trust me, I have enough. Sometimes I let them go slow because I can't keep up with picking them, sharing it. That they'll turn red, from green to red. So yeah, those banana peppers will. I not only grow one. I grow two bell peppers, the red and the orange bell, and I grow the banana peppers every year. No question, that's what's coming into my garden. But I don't grow a lot of them. I just grow one of each. Zoe says she got a greenhouse on the way. You get to extend your season and you get to jumpstart your season. I'm going to put a video up, guys. My figs on my Chicago Hardy is coming in real good. My other ones are coming in, but they're kind of slow. Now that is where the greenhouse is going to come in. Because probably definitely by October, things start to cool down drastically here. And your figs they won't grow as fast. They like heat too. That's when I'll stuff them in that greenhouse to finish them up and able to hopefully able to harvest and extend my season from there. Because some of my figs, this is another thing that I got to check into. Some of my figs are long season variety, mean they're not 4-6B. We have a short season, where others with Florida has a longer season, so they'll get a harvest. I gotta create microclimates and put them inside the greenhouse to make them think that we're still in summer when we're really heading into fall and winter. So I gotta go through a lot of my figs and figure out which one I want to deal with, and the other ones I'm gonna have to give them away or start cutting them up into cuttings and start selling them out. Diva Jones says she got a video that she want to shoot of this huge fig tree. Can't wait for people to see how big this tree is. Them fig trees, they can get big. I'm looking forward to that video. Figs became, Organic Turtle said, figs became a healthy addiction for me. Have 25 varieties of so. Oh yeah, you addicted, for real. If you got 25 varieties of so, you're addicted, and so am I. Because I think I got about 25, 30 different fig trees out there. And I have my favorites that I know that's not going to, my season is not long enough, but I'm willing to put it in the greenhouse to extend that season for. Let's see what we got. They say the Black Madeira is the best tasting fig. I have the Fredo Prado. I don't have the Black Madeira. Sherry, yep, you have to fertilize them, your fig trees, so it might. But my figs was real slow in coming out because our weather was just so cool for so long. But now My Chicago Hardy is doing great. I have 2 Chicago Hardys. I was thinking about putting one in the ground. Zoe, I definitely will keep you in mind when I start to do it, because you could propagate. That's what I love about fish. You could propagate, grow a whole new tree. You could air layer them, grow a whole new tree off. So I would definitely keep you in mind. I gave away some over the winter as well, cuttings, and they grow pretty fast. So depending on what climate you in, I have some cuttings in the backyard right now that's a nice size. One of my favorites is Smith. I haven't tasted yet, but I know it's gonna be my favorite. I have a strawberry verte as well that I'm looking forward to, but I don't think I'm gonna get it this year. You addicted to propagating plants? I think I am too, but the only plant that I propagated was figs. Um, that's pretty much about it. I don't grow citrus. I haven't even tried growing citrus, and I'm trying to master what I have before I even get over. Cause citrus is a whole nother beast of gardening right there. So I'm trying to master these stone fruits and my fig trees before I even get into citrus, because you will get overwhelmed. Because I got to remember what takes what's acidic, what's not. Yeah, it'll pull you in some different ways. Mikey Flo, how are you? Have you been enjoying your summer since you've been out of school? Guys, if you're just coming in, please smash the like button. We got 16 people in the building. And 21 thumbs up. I want to reach my 25 thumbs up today. That would be great if I could. Sharon Harris, do you know what type of fig tree you growing? Do you know what variety it is? I prior to 2 years ago, I had never fig in my life, and I had 25 trees and had never tasted fig. And most of the trees were given to me. A friend of mine, I had to travel about 30 minutes to go get them because he was relocating. Desert King cutting that you're rooting, that's that has a breeder crop as well. The Desert King. I got a Olympia fig that was from. It wasn't from. It was a tissue culture, and it does not like sun. And I need to move it in some shade or up under somewhere. Boy, those leaves is burning so bad. All my other figs is out there on the pallet. They're doing great, but that Olympia does not like sun at all. And my Desert King haven't woke up yet. I'm it's still alive, but I'm hoping that it wakes up. Cause I think that one I didn't bring inside, and I meant to. So I might have to get me another Desert King over the fall, because that's definitely one that I want to have. I'm going to check that video out too. Brown turkey, Sharon Harris. That's a pretty hardy variety as well. Sharon, what state are you in? You probably already told me, but I don't remember. They're delicious. I like figs. They're delicious. Um, so far what I've tasted, Peter's Honey is my favorite. And Cadota is supposed to be... See, a lot of these figs taste similar to another fig. It's just more... The flavor is more pungent. Like, I like Peter's Honey, but I'm told Cadota is... It has more flavor than the Peter's Honey, but tastes the same. It's a lot sweeter. So I'm growing Cadota because my Peter's Honey died. I had a big Peter's Honey tree that was given to me, and I lost all my figs that year. We had a horrible winter. That's why if you don't know about something, before you invest all your money, do your research. But these trees was given to me, and if I knew then what I know now, I would have just brought them in. I wouldn't even try to have them in the garage, greenhouse, shed. I bought a shed and everything just for them. They still didn't survive. It's much too cold here. Fort Horspire, once you set fruit, you'll pretty much figure it out what you know which way you're growing. You could go to a chart, and it'll kind of help you to give you a basic idea. I've never had the LSU purple. I've heard about them, but I've never had one, and I've had a brown turkey before, but it died. But I love figs. Black Mission is delicious. Chicago Hardy are delicious. Cadota. Oh, I've really, so far what I've tasted about 9 different varieties. I like them all. Some are more flavorful than others. And that's what I have to bring out because I don't want to continue to keep 30 trees. Oh, and this is another thing about figs. Somebody has said something pertaining to keeping them in containers. Do you have to keep getting root? They're getting root bound. Let me tell you what you can do with a fig tree. When a fig is in dormancy, you can root prune. You can prune the roots. You could keep a fig tree in a 10-gallon bucket for as long as you want to. Long as you keep those roots pruned back. And they'll thrive. They'll grow. So you don't have to worry about them getting root bound. But every 2 years, take that, and when it's dormant in the fall or spring before it comes out of dormancy, take it out that bucket or out that planter and trim them roots a little bit. Put it back in that same planter and put new soil around it. Don't take off too much. But that's the beautiful thing about a fig. I have a friend of mine who grows his whole fig orchard in Lowe's buckets, 5-gallon buckets, and his trees are nice size. So the bigger the bucket, the bigger the tree is going to get. A lot of times when you put your tree in the ground, you be like, well, I put the tree in the ground, the tree never fruited because it's still growing out. It's still focusing on your roots. So if you restrict that growth by putting them in containers, then that's when they'll start to bud out. If you go to a lot of these channels that focus on figs, PA Figs, Ross Rad, and It's another Yanni's Garden. They're all fig growers, and they're all in containers. They got some of them in the ground, but most of them are in containers. So figs do very well in containers, and you can root prune them, but you got to do it while they're dormant. You can't do them while they're budded out and thriving. Sorry, I'm trying to get back into the chat, guys. And the beautiful part about that is if that fig tree is not doing well in one spot, you can just move it to another spot. Because just like my Olympia out there is struggling with all that sun, I'm just gonna move it to a shady spot, and it'll come back. It'll thrive. Four Horns Farm say they have wild blueberries. I have blueberries, and they're in containers too. I'm scared to put my raspberry, blueberries, and blackberries in the ground because they're so vigorous. I don't want them to spread, and I don't really know how, other than going out there and chopping off the new growth, how to stop them from taking over. So I keep those in containers too because my yard is small. Now, if I had a lot of land, like acres, I definitely would put them in the ground. But right now, the only thing that I have in my ground is my grapes, and I wish I didn't put them directly in the ground. Stardust, welcome. How are you? Petals on the pavement slab, welcome to the live. How are you? If I missed anybody, because I've been running my mouth, welcome. Just coming in. Please smash the like. Sharon, you from Tallahassee, Florida? Oh, you got the heat. Your figs should do well. And then even with that, Sharon, like certain figs don't like certain climates. Like where there's a lot of moisture or humidity, it will cause certain figs to split, and then you'll never get them, like, because they're always bust open. So you just gotta, do your research. But Tallahassee, Florida, you'll do good with the majority of them, real good. Even with overwintering won't be a problem. All you gotta do is just wrap that tree up. You can put it in the ground, wrap it up. And the reason why I'm in containers, the second reason why I'm in containers, is because I have to bring them and overwinter them. Because they'll die. My Chicago hottie will die all the way back to the ground, but it'll grow back up. So one I am going to put in the ground, not this year, maybe next year. And I'm going to cover it with rocks to kind of protect the roots, because that's the most important thing. Keep those roots alive. They'll sprout back up, a whole nother tree. Okay, you didn't like the Cadota. I taste at the nursery here. See, the thing about the Cadota and the Peters honey, original turtle, is it gotta be just right. That boy gotta hang right off. I mean, it just gotta be limp off that limb and super soft. And when you break it open, it should be glistening. Like, you just see it. Because some people break it open, it'll be looking just as dry. Let it hang a little bit longer. You could almost spread it on some toast and have a jam right there. That's the both of those are very good varieties though. I love Peter's honey, but and Cadota. Yeah, cover those roots up, or create a microclimate. Plant them up against the house, south side of your house, where the heat is generating off the house. and keep them warm. And get you them big pebble stones and put them around them and keep those roots warm. When you, here in the wintertime, when the snow starts to thaw, right up against the house, the snow moves away from the house because the heat is coming off the house. The sun is beaming and it's creating a microclimate. So that's the first thing that starts to thaw around the house. So once you find that perfect spot, you don't have to worry about those little frosties that y'all do have in Florida. It won't even kill your tree back. But if you are worried about it, all you gotta do is get you some burlap, wrap your tree up, get you a tarp, not the plastic, but the blue tarp. Wrap it up and make sure no water can get down in your plant to create mold. Your base is going to be watered through the ground. So you're going to be good there. And once your tree once that weather change and come out of dormancy, hurry up and take that tarp off and let it start budding out. But wait till all your leaves fall before you wrap that tree. Let it go into complete dormancy. Starduster is in Tallahassee. Sharing here, if it's in a pot, feel free to move it. Like, you got to find that perfect sweet spot for that tree where to grow and then thrive for you. Like right now, I know I got to move that Olympia. It's getting beat down by the sun. So I'm going to move it in a shadier spot. And I'm almost waiting too late to move it too. So I'm going to move it in a shadier spot. None of them are really having direct sun, like full sun where it gets a full 8-9 hours. It might get, well, yeah, about 8 or 9 hours, but it's up against, it gets a little bit of shade. And then I might have to put my shade cloth up as the summer progressive. I might have to put the shade cloth up too. And I do have a shade cloth for them. So, all right, guys. I'm going to end the chat. I appreciate you guys for hanging with me. I really do. I've enjoyed all the conversations that we had. I'm sure that you guys got a chance to network and get to know each other. Stay positive, stay encouraged, keep growing in every aspect of your life. Continue to grow. And this is your backyard gardener saying thank you. If you need to get in contact with me, my email, my Gmail will be in the description box. I'll put it in there. If you have any questions about your fig trees, I can help you as much as possible because I'm a little knowledgeable on those fig trees. Now, fruit trees, I'm still learning. I ain't going to fake the funk like I know it all because I don't. But I can kind of steer you in the right direction. And if I don't know, I can direct you to someone who does know. So thanks again, everybody, for coming and hanging out. I appreciate you very much. If you haven't thumbs it up, go ahead and do that last minute thumbs up. And the next time you see me, I should be putting out a video. And I'm going to show you that fig that I was telling you, the Olympia that seemed to be struggling, and how the rest of them are going. Happy gardening, everybody, and stay hydrated.